Any game developer would likely have things that they want to put into their game, but simply can't due to time constraints. Some of those things even exist in the game, but just couldn't be finished. Fallout 4 is no exception. These are 7 things that were cut from Fallout 4. Number 7. In Fallout 4's first DLC, Automatron, the player can create a robot from parts picked up from robots they kill throughout the Commonwealth. It added a multitude of new items to be looted from the dead bodies and containers. One of the most interesting consumables from the DLC was actually cut. It was a human brain that could be eaten. It doesn't have a model in your inventory if you spawn it, but it does appear in the game's files. The consumable brain would grant the player +2 to intelligence, but -1 to endurance. Number 6. There are more than a dozen perks that were cut from the game, but here are 5 of the most interesting ones. These all would have been obtained through in-game events, rather than selecting a perk when you level up. Secret Agent would make Stealth Boys last an extra 10 seconds, and would be obtained through the Railroad. Initiate would make you take 10% less damage from super mutants, ghouls, and synths, and would be gotten through the Brotherhood of Steel. In the Blood would also have been obtained through the Railroad, and will grant you +5 radiation resistance at the expense of -5 to your maximum health. It likely would have been given if you take Tinker Tom's shot. True Hero would have simply granted +1 to luck, and based on the perks tag, would have been acquired by saving Kent Connolly from Sinjin in the Silver Shroud quest. Lastly, there is Wired Reflexes, which would have been obtained through the Covenant, and will give you an additional 15 action points. It also has the same name as a Fallout 3 perk with the same effect. Number 5. You can find holotapes throughout Fallout 4's Nuka World DLC, but one that was cut would have provided a look at what Nuka World was like before the Great War. It was called Dusty's Message. The message is as follows. Hey Sabir, it's Dusty. Some guy named Ernie Messenger came up in here today, said we can't store any more waste under the bottling plant while we're waiting for the new disposal system to come online. Seems like some of the barrels have started leaking, so they've got a bit of a mess on their hands. Luckily, the runoff's just going into their little river of quantum. Long as kids keep their hands inside the rides, we're good. Anyway, see if you can give Troy a call and get him to let us use Fizz Top. There's so much room in there. No reason we shouldn't be able to use that for storage. Number 4. In the Covenant, you can find a robot named Deezer who offers you free samples of lemonade. He was actually supposed to sell you lemonade instead of just offering you free samples. He also would have sold a Vault-Tec speech bobblehead. I know, this one would have been a game changer. Number 3. There was a quest cut from Fallout 4 called Off the Grid that would have taken place just before the Nuclear Option quest. Portions of the scripts for the quest can be found in the game's files, and indicate that the quest would have been something like this. Off the Grid would trigger if you were no longer allied with the Institute. The quest would have been given out by the Brotherhood of Steel, Railroad, or Minutemen, and involved synths gaining control over Diamond City Radio Tower. A unique synth named Y7-38 is referenced with a male voice type, but the specifics of what role this character would have had are unknown. Whichever faction you sided with to guard Diamond City would then remain in the city guarding it. This is actually one aspect that did remain in the game, though adjusted to occur after the player either destroys the Institute or completed the Airship Down quest. Number 2. Fallout 4's Far Harbor DLC introduced a number of new weapons to the game, but there are 7 weapons that were cut from the add-on. The reasons they were cut are unknown, but they do have models left over, so we know what they would have been, and that they all would have been throwable weapons. The cut weapons are a Nuka-Cola bottle, a harpoon or spear with what looks like a magnet attached to it, a spear or harpoon with dynamite attached to it, a hatchet, a basic throwing knife, and a circular saw. Number 1. Perhaps the most significant thing cut from the game is a quest that would let you kill Elder Maxon and become the new Elder of the Brotherhood of Steel. Specifics of the quest aren't really known. All that's known is that it would have triggered after the Blind Betrayal quest was completed. However, there are some audio files for Paladin Dance that indicate that the quest would take place. There are quite a few audio files, so I'll just play 2 of the most prominent files.
Right now, I'm not sure we can even get near Maxon before the Brotherhood would cut us down, but we have to try. I've known Maxon for a long time, and under all that protocol is a decent man. As a Brotherhood of Steel Paladin, I'm issuing a formal challenge against your authority as Elder. We'll settle this matter as it was written in the litany. In combat. Then you leave me no choice.
Alright, that's going to do it for this video about 7 things that were cut from Fallout 4. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything, leave a like. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. Follow me on Twitter at Mitten Squad. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad. Have a wonderful day.